Archsimkat, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Archsimkat asked for another English cast, and he sent the replay. And he was lucky that I was kind of free at the time. And we are watching a Crazy Rush game. Honestly, he could have built Air Factory even lower and make pigeons here to make it a little bit more efficient in the future. Also, I'm not really sure it's really worth it to spend the time to expand maxes so quickly. Actually, I may understand why he's doing it, because that is actually good, because your opponent can't scout that you are making first bomber because he thinks you are making maxes. So we see Fremy speed draw. He started with a max. I didn't show that, but he started with a max, which is really weird. And his factory is very close to maxes, and his pigeons are very close to maxes. Now we see an effect of first bomber UEF. And by the way, those pigeons are very clumped up. They are not even in the line, they are kind of in the square. And here we go, he's making anti-air in a factory and it's getting bombed. He's now making anti-air with his ACU. One bomb already landed on pigeons. Now need to just land another bomb on this little pigeon. Not sure where bomber was shooting, maybe in the middle of those 4 pigeons. Now 4 pigeons are down and PD is up. By the way, I'm not sure if he clicked on the bomber, because in this situation you need to right click the bomber. Yeah, he actually right clicks bomber, because if he goes out of the vision, PD will stop shooting. But if you right click, you see he did right click, and if bomber would go out of vision, PD would still keep shooting it. And he got, I don't know who exactly got lucky or unlucky, how to call it. There is a pigeon with 9 HP, and there is only one pigeon now, and Archsimkat started with like almost 3 pigeons. Now he has 4 pigeons, 4.5 maxes against like 1.5 pigeons and 4 maxes for Patrick. He could reclaim this one. It would actually help to reclaim this one and pause maybe factory. I guess this one needs to be rebuilt from 50%. Well, actually I don't know which one. And now he's attacking with Selines, and that forces ACU to move. Yeah. Let's go back to normal speed. He's trying to kill engineers, but he was shooting different engineers, so there was not much chance here. So this opening was better for Archsimkat, but it can be kind of countered by early scout, by spreading out pigeons a little bit more, because Petric lost here pigeons and engineers, and usual build order is more like this, and it's more like this even in the way that pigeons would be here and they will be built around engineers, and kind of you can't really kill engineers and pigeons at the same time with more normal build order. And now he's making pigeons in the line with, instead of curving somewhere, because engineers should have been like here on the top, further away from maxes, or here, and build pigeons around themselves further away from the maxes again. And now he's making them in the line. It's not very good, I think. So now Archsimkat also has an air scout, and he can see the Zui, and he's making land factory. Actually, I was looking at this because I was looking at this, and he stopped making pigeons make a land factory, and I thought, oh, that's a little bit early, I thought. But then I realized he doesn't have a land factory, and he made a land factory. made a lab from it, and it counters Zui, and a perfectly counters it. Not too early, not too late. And now he has 2 factories to produce engineers, which is useful. He's ahead in score. 4 engineers making pigeons, and honestly you need more. And I don't like this super early move to maxes. I mean, there is no reason. I don't wanna kind of I don't wanna like reveal my knowledge or my own pro tips about this map, but I think you need to make factories in a straight line, or at least if you do it this way, like Petric does, if you do it this way, you need to then again do it like this, so they are compact. You really, I mean, it may not matter if you go for tech quickly like Petric does. It will not matter if you go for tech quickly. But if you decide to go for spam, this will really impact your base. You really need to make your factories more compact, because if you do them in this kind of fashion, you will not feed much production in your safe areas, which are here, like your safe area where you want to build stuff. And here more forward can be raided, can be TML'd, can be bombed, can be ACU push, spam, PD creep, tech to RT, everything that's forward here can be killed. Everything back here is safe. Here is kind of safe. Well, that's not that big of a deal, and we will speed up a bit. So right now you can see, actually we'll slow down again, that Petric is pushing Archsimkat. Means he's producing a lot of tanks. He has 14 engineers, and Archsimkat has 24 engineers, 10 engineers more. That means he produced less tanks, but there is no map control. I mean, there is map control, but that map control doesn't give you more resources or much of anything else. So Raider didn't even die. So Archsimkat defending and getting ahead. Oh, we have one Seraphim bomber killing 6 engineers and UF bomber, and I think there is another bomber coming. Yeah, kills 3 more engineers. Yeah, you need like one anti-air in front on this map, just because bombers will come, and you want your engines to be clumped up. You want them to be compact. You don't want to worry about spreading your engines, because I mean, it's better to have like one line of pigeons with many engineers rather than 2 lines of pigeons. I mean, I haven't tested it, but of course, if pathfinding is involved, you maybe want to have multiple lines of pigeons. Right now, doesn't feel like Archsimkat is building too many things, and actually Petric is already tech to land. Let's go back to him, and he again is getting fast expansions, I would call them. I don't know, he has 67 maxes against 73 maxes. I mean, that's what I wanted to say. Early on, there is absolutely no need to go for expansions. It's an extra thing to defend, it's extra APM. You just have multiple groups of engineers here and they just build maxes. You only go to other places when you're out of space, or it's just too laggy to zoom in into this thing. I don't know, like, what's the reason here. And again, this space is not used very efficiently. I mean, first line can go here, but it would be just nice if second line of factories would just follow this line, and you could feed more stuff there. And it doesn't really matter that much early on, but later it can be very annoying. And that is the reason why you build pigeons with the lines outside of your maxes, because you are worrying about the future. Those pigeons are of course already being annoying. So so far we see Tech2 engineer and TMD rush, not TML rush, TMD rush. And honestly, he could have made a TML and just TML Tech1 factories on repeat. That's what I like to do. And he's rushing Tech2, which is okay, I would say. He has Tech2 pigeons, he rushed it, I forgot to mention. He has Tech2 pigeon, he can afford to do that, but what would be nice after having this Tech2 pigeon is to make a lot more factories. I would say Tech2 factories maybe with those engineers. Maybe more Tech2 engineers. So, and he's making a PD. Patrick is big fan of Tech2 PDs on this map apparently. I think he was talking about on the stream or something like that, or was it tagged, I don't know. Like someone was saying that it's really efficient defense and you just do less spam, but you add PDs and you have super efficient defense and you get ahead. But it would be good if he would spend his resources more efficiently and build more maxes. Right now he's not making enough maxes and not having enough factories. I mean, 30k mass in the bank. This ACU, he could have just started making more Tech2 factories, in my opinion. I mean, chicken bots are pretty good, and you can just never stop making them on this map, almost never stop making them. So let's see how many factories we have. Only 5 support factories and already going Tech3. Archsimkat is making a lot of Sparkies and actually he's lacking mass. Wonder if who is ahead. 122 maxes against 114. So Archsimkat is ahead on max count and he is making use of it, but a lot of the use is in the PD side, making shield. I mean, I think it's easier to make like air factory with spamming scouts to enemy base to see if there are big groups of Notas or big groups of Tech1 bombers. We have mobile shield on the maxes, which is a big brain move. And Artsy, I could say it's a little bit far forward, so it can get dangerous, but it's actually like very good because it's in range of pigeons. So this artillery will actually put pressure on your opponent, and he has already a lot of Sparkies. He should turn off the jamming because each spark is minus 15 power, and this shield is also would be nice to turn off. And again, like, I would just build more factories. I would just make more Tech2 factories. Like, I would just make all of them into Tech2. Actually, it doesn't really matter right now because he doesn't have mass, but I would try to build more maxes if my mass is not floating. I would just make more maxes. Oh my god, he's reclaiming pigeons. But I guess it's almost fine. So very, very threatening. Tech2 artillery fire bases coming up. 11 mongoose, 9 pillars, a lot of Artian tanks. And Patrick got Tech3 land and made like only one Tech3 engineer he's made. And he should start transitioning more factories into Tech 3. He's not doing that yet. I guess priority right now is this Tech 3 pigeon. Oh, he's making Tech 2 and Tech 3 at the same time. He has a lot of shields. We already have one Tech 3 tank, which is pretty good against Tech 1. Well, Urshava, Tech 2 bots, they're also pretty good against this. And oh my god, he's actually need to keep his shields up. Those artilleries are shooting somewhere. Oh, actually, right now I think there was given an order for artillery to actually shoot shield here. So, I mean, someone could say that it is bad that he didn't do that before, but I mean, if you make only one artillery and start shooting, that that actually like a warning shot for your opponent. But if you make multiple artillery and don't shoot in the most important place and then only shoot when you have enough to break, that also a good move. Oh my god, what's happening? Oh, it's Tech 3 upgrade. He's going Tech 3. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Tech 3 pigeon is good and all of that. Tech 3 pigeon is good, but he now barely can utilize it because he's kind of jumping from making. When he got early Tech 2 pigeon, he couldn't utilize it. He had to make Tech 2 upgrade on ACU. It's not really bad thing to upgrade an ACU, but I don't think that's exactly what you want. Actually, RT War TML is lost. I mean, I really like TMLs on this map. If you have a lot of resources, you can just make like line of TMLs and just TML all the support factories of your opponent. I mean, it's easy to counter, but I guess if you just don't make too much TML, I make 3 maybe, and just TML factories, and that will force your opponent to make TMD everywhere. And oh my god, shots are missing. And in case of Petric, it would hurt him because he didn't make too many Tech 2 engineers. He didn't make too many Tech 3 engineers. Making TMD everywhere would hurt him. And if you're Cybran, you can TML TMD, of course. Or if you're Seraphim, you can use Notas to kill TMD. And I really... I think I like what Archsimkat is doing, just need more production. I mean, he's not doing enough max making, in my opinion. Maybe I'm underestimating what he's doing on the expansion, but I usually try to build those maxes fast and make more straight lines of factories so you can fit more of them, so you have more efficient space in your base. And we can see that Archsimkat is making engineers, and they actually have a lot of engineers. Fatboy, I don't like Fatboy because Seraphim does have nice Tech 2 RT damage, and Splash is really nice for them, but it's kinda like Cybran in a way of accuracy. It's not very accurate. A lot of PDs here. A lot of artillery. So what about factory count again? So we have 10 Tech 3 factories, 6 Tech 2 factories, and 31 Tech 1 Archsimkat. He just finished more Tech 3 factories. He has 9, but he also has 19 Tech 2, and a lot of them are going Tech 3. 19, yeah, a lot of them are going Tech 3, and 21 Tech 1. So Archsimkat spent a lot of resources on this Tech 1, Tech 2 spam. It's not doing much for him, but it's making him safer, I think. Well, actually, units are pushing to this fire base and helping to kill shields. That's pretty good for Petric. What about this experimental rush? And it's kinda, yeah, it hurts. I mean, everything is slowed down to 60% of speed for Archsimkat, and even Tech 1 maxes are not building as fast. I don't know about unit cap, but I mean, I'm not a fan of Tech 2 maxes. I mean, especially when you're making them an expansion. But I like that he has two of them together, because if you make one and then make another there, it get more adjacency, because adjacency to Tech 2 max worth more, and then you make this one and it will be adjacent to two Tech 2 maxes, and then you just go on a spiral, and every next max except of the corner one will be adjacent to Tech 2 maxes, and that will really be good. Patrolling shield here. Really need more maxes. So he has like 2 Tech 2 maxes and 300 Tech 1 maxes. Petric is scouting. He has 266 Tech 1 maxes. He is balanced in his economy. But some stuff is paused. I mean, on Crazy Rush, pausing production on Crazy Rush. I don't know. Just go and try hard clicking maxes with Tech 1 engineers. I mean, you pausing building anything in Crazy Rush. It's hard to understand. Sams are defending well. Why a lot of maxes are going down? I don't know if Fatboy is scouted or not. We have 4 Tech 3 pigeons. And 4th Tech 3 pigeon is going up for Petric. Yeah, he's actually using that. And he can make a lot of mobile shields, because I mean, they are pretty good. They protect against arty shots and mitigate splash damage. And here we have a Fat Boy, but oh boy, Fat Boy, 22 Tech 2 artsy, and he's gonna make more with this ACU, I think. What? Really? An Omni? Really? I mean, no. That will drop him down again to have less power. So what we have? 53 Tech 3 tanks, 7 artillery. Most of shields have died. 36 Percivals. Fat Boy is under attack there, but Percivals and shields can really turn this battle. I mean, PDs are not good enough against Percys. PDs are efficient, of course, but Percivals are also efficient. That's not something that everyone realizes, but Tech 3 land is pretty good efficiency for DPS, I think, compared to Tech 2 PDs. Some maxes have died here, but not much. Could have actually kept those Tech 1 bombers and then shift G on artillery or snipers. A lot of snipers here now. And that is pretty interesting, because snipers is kind of only real counter to Percival's. And I think Tech 2 Artillery. I would just not non-stop making Tech 2 Artillery, but Petric need to make another Tech 2 Pigeon because he has Omni. I mean, the intel is very important, but on a 5x5 km map, he's making Omni will speed this up. It looks much better for Archsimkat. He's kind of lacking space here. He's making a lot of Janus, and he has more production. I think he has more production, just let me check. So we have now 28 factories. I'm not sure if all of them were producing all that time or they are recent. And Archsimkat has 25 factories and all of them were producing all that time, I'm pretty sure. And we have 34 Percival's, Shields, Titans, a lot of artillery. And Petric has 15 tanks and 30 snipers. 30 snipers. Not so bad. Oh, he made another pigeon and still lacking power. What is he doing? He's making an anti-nuke. He has perfect intel and he could just make 2 factories of scouts and scout with them, and he would know that there is no nuke. What I really would like to see is more TMLs, because Archsimkat doesn't have TMD, and you could have killed those support factories. I mean, just shooting once into this support factory will kill units that building inside, and that's probably some kind of Percival or Titan or something else. We have Revengers. Not sure if they're really needed. Oh, we have homing missile Janus bug that is not fixed yet, and this is really bad now. No SAMs apparently. I don't see SAMs. There is like one here, and that's too late. I mean, you can suicide bomb here, and those Janus already caused. Or were those 2-1 bombers? They caused panic Tech 1 PDs that are not in great positions. Again, TML we see not having any kills because just not enough micro to control that. And now Shields and Percivals and artillery is just a deadly combination, and not enough artsy, not enough PD, not enough Tech 1 factories. Not enough of anything to stop that. Actually, walls would be pretty interesting here, and looks like Percival's targeting pigeons. Well, everything targets pigeons, and 4 pigeons are down, and that's certainly a GG right now. And Archsimkat is spamming Tech 2 maxes here. I really... I guess I could agree because he doesn't have APM to keep those engineers building, so... So that makes sense to upgrade maxes if you don't have APM, but I mean, upgrading them and making Tech 2 maxes when you are stalling is not so great. So yeah, that's the game. I'm not sure if it's a tournament game or not. This Petric start with a max, and then he builds factory very close to maxes again. I mean, not enough range, ACU range usage, and doesn't use more conventional, like, I mean, maybe he would be fine with his square of pigeons, and making square of pigeons is good because he was making it in range of ACU, And that is good because if you have ACU there, you can balance your build early on. So even if you make a mistake, you can use all of your build power to make pigeons if you somehow make mistake and make not enough pigeons. With more I don't know where to show that. With more common approach right now, you make factory as far away as possible and make pigeons there and ACU can't reach there. So if you make some sort of mistake, you can only pause your ACU on or move your ACU, and both things kinda equally bad. And if you have your pigeons close, you can make pigeons with ACU as well. You can assist your engineers with ACU. Usually engineers make pigeons and ACU makes mexes early on. But whatever, I think was really nice to see this brave start of first air on the crazyrsuh. I haven't seen it before. Maybe I mean, people were certainly doing it before, but I haven't seen it done before, and worked really well because EF bomber 2 shots pigeons, because EF is OP, because balanced team decided so EF should be OP. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Hope you liked it. I made a Patreon account, so if you want to see more frequent stuff, you should consider joining it, because that would be a really good incentive to make more stuff. Yeah. See ya in the later casts.